Sir, in the last session, we had a discussion about Java features. Almost, the first 7 features we covered already. Simple, platform independent, architecture neutral, next up portable, secure, object oriented, multi-threaded. Okay, these are things we covered in detail. Okay. Sir, now the next things what we have to discuss. So the first one, simple, sir. It is very easy to learn. It is very easy to use. Okay, to learn Java, no prerequisite is there. Very easily you can learn, you can use. That's why it is a very simple nursery standard programming language is the Java. Next, platform independent. Write once, run anywhere. Regarding if you write once, run anywhere is the concept of platform independent, right? So once we write a Java program, you can run on any platform. Okay, it's not platform dependent, it is a platform independent, right? Next, architecture neutral. So if a program is running on my system, if you perform any changes to my architecture, something like Windows version upgrading Windows version, or otherwise processor change, like if you are performing any change in the architecture, we are not required to perform those changes. Okay, any change in our Java application. So it is independent of architecture. It is a neutral to architecture, right? Next, migrating Java program from one platform to another platform, we can do without performing any changes in our application. So that's why it is portable. Okay, next, bytecode verifier is there internally inside JVM, which will check whether this dot class file is valid or not, generated by valid compiler only. Like these type of things, my compiler is going to, my bytecode verifier is going to check. That's why spreading viruses, this type of terminology is not applicable for dot class files for our Java. That's why Java is secure. Happily you can use anywhere. Okay, next, Java is object oriented programming language. All object oriented feature benefits like inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, happily we can use these things, right? Next, multi-threaded. Okay, multi-threaded. So it is the multi-threaded. So the biggest advantage, we can improve performance of the application. But one important point you should aware, it won't come automatically. We have to write the code to develop multi-threaded application. Okay, so up to these 7 we discussed in detail, sir. So now the next 4 we have to discuss, but very important for the exam, especially last 2 things, right? Okay, well, sir, what the first important thing, just observe that robust. Do you know what is the meaning of robust? Anyone array this person is a very robust, or this application is a very robust, or this system is very robust? What is the meaning of robust? Robust means strong. Yes, good. Agile. What the meaning? What the meaning of rough and tough? Robust. Oh, Raja. Yeah. Here, robust means robust. No, not garbage collection. Muklis. Just a robust. General meaning. General meaning is can be changed easily. No, sire. Okay, runtime error handling, any connection run, no. Here, robust means the chance of failing, is very less. Okay, the chance of failing is very less. So it is the believable person. It can provide support anytime, man. This is the such type of nature is by default considered as robust. The chance of failing Java program is very less. Sir, what is the reason? That's why it is very less. That's why it is considered the robust. Sir, why it is the how it is considered as the robust? What the reasons, sir? The first reason, if you consider the first reason, that do you know in Java program, do you know compiler will check each and every declaration and assignments at compile time for type compatibility. Correct or not? Compiler is always going to check, sir. Is always going to check each and every declaration. Suppose I'm taking int x is equal to 10. Int x is equal to 10. Can you please tell, is it valid or not? Is it valid or not? Int x is equal to 10. Perfectly itself is the value. By mistake, if I can take int x is equal to true, I'm taking, sir. Immediately compiler will give left and right. Hey, it is the int type, how you can assign true value. It is the int type, how you can assign true value. Like compiler will give left and right. Remember this one. So means that so each and every declaration, each and every assignment, compiler is going to check, sir. If you are doing any mistake at compile time only, compiler is going to object. Hey, can you please do the required change? Otherwise, I want to compile. So type related problems never be there at the runtime. Remember this. That's why Java is considered strongly typed programming language. Remember this one, sir. Java is considered strongly typed programming language. All type related problems will be identified at the beginning only at compile time. So one reason related to type, the chance of failing is very less. Very less, because our compiler is very strong. Java is a strongly typed programming language. Remember this one. Next, do you know garbage collector is there, sir? Garbage collector is there. What is the purpose of garbage collector? Please confirm. What the need? What is the purpose of garbage collector? The name itself indicates to destroy useless objects. Are you getting? Garbage collector to destroy useless objects. So if any object is useless, immediately garbage collector is going to destroy this object. So always free memory is available because of garbage collector. So if any object is useless, immediately garbage collector is going to destroy that object. Now free memory is going to be increased. Remember, that's why so with respect to memory, the chance of failing Java program with memory problems is very less, because of garbage collector. Remember this one. So because of garbage collector, the chance of failing Java program is very less because of garbage collector, right? Okay. So memory related problems mostly won't be there. Type related problems mostly won't be there. Next, Java provides a support, inbuilt support for exception handling. Yes, friend, can you please confirm? Inbuilt support for exception handling. There are some keywords, try. Next time after that, catch. Next finally throws, like we have, sir. So within the try block, if there is any problem, immediately the corresponding catch block is going to execute. Means we can write alternative code also in our Java program. Array, if there is any problem here, suppose I want to read data from remote file. If that file is not available, don't worry. So use a local file and continue rest of the program normally. Of course, in exception handling I will discuss. Don't worry at all. So meaning that. So do you know? So because of this exception handling, the chance of failing Java program at runtime is very less. Okay, because of all these reasons, maybe exception handling reason, or garbage collector reason, or compiler type checking reason. So because of all reasons, the chance of failing Java program is very less. That's why Java is considered robust programming language. Are you in the position to understand, friends? Why the Java is considered robust? Because the chance of failing Java program is very less. Sir, why it is the less? Why memory problem won't be there? Was garbage collector is there? Why type problem won't be there? Because compiler is going to check each and every assignment for type compatibility. Type related problems won't be there. Next, memory related problems won't be there. Next, even some unexpected exception got raised. No problem. We can write the code by using exception handling try catch, so that happily the program will be continued. Even some exception got raised. Getting everyone in the position to understand? So what is the meaning of robust? Why Java is a robust programming language? Friends, can you please confirm? Any doubt? Yeah. So yes, Sanjay, instead of using never fail, the chances are very less to fail because everything fail at certain point. Everything fail at certain point, but never fail. Instead of that, the chance of failing Java program is very less. Better to use this word. Suppose you keep on creating object, but objects are not eligible for garbage collection. So all objects are required. At certain point, memory problem may come. That's why chance of failing Java program is very less. Okay, that's all. I can't use the word never fails. Okay, it may fail, but chances are very less. Okay, that's all. Now the next feature what we have to discuss, distributed. Okay, the next feature what we require to discuss, distributed program and distributed, right? So what is the meaning of distributed? Yes, friends, general word. Forget about technical programming. Generally distributed. Sir, do you know available at different places? Yes, good, Adnanka. Distributed means suppose assume that Bill Gates having crores of money. Okay, millions, billions money is there. What that person is going to do, he's going to distribute whatever money he has across the world for several welfare organizations. Assume that welfare organizations, right? So means distributed means so we have to spread across okay, multiple places. So now generally Java distributed, what is the meaning of that, sir? Sir, I have one application is there. This application I want to sir, distributed across multiple JVMs. Okay, if the application is distributed across multiple JVMs. Across multiple JVMs means multiple missions across multiple JVMs. Such type of application is said to be distributed application, right? Okay, so Java is not a centralized application, it is a distributed application. There are multiple technologies are there to provide the distributed nature, sir. Do you know RMI? So EJB in the old versions, Corba, something like okay, like do you know RMI, EJP? These kind of things are there to provide support for distributed. Remember this one, Java provides inbuilt support for distributed programming with several technologies are there. So these several technologies, RMI, EJP, etc. These kind of things are this is like a distributed. Okay, like Swarup Sarkar is asking, sir, can you please give an example of distributed application? So something like just basic idea will provide. Your mobile application is there. Assume that your mobile network application is there, sir. Suppose if you are in the Kolkata, Swarup, you are from West Bengal, I hope. If you are in Kolkata, assume that. So Kolkata related towers are going to provide signal for your mobile. Correct, right? Yes. If you are there in Kolkata, then the mobile tower, who is the responsible to provide? Okay, mobile tower which is locating in your place, that one is the responsible to provide signal. Assume that. Suppose you came to Hyderabad. Then which tower is the responsible to provide support? Hyderabad tower, not Kolkata tower. Are you getting right? So if you are moving, then automatically from where support is coming, then corresponding. So do you know the telephone? Do you know the functionality of signaling system is spread across multiple locations? Are you getting? Are you in the position to visualize what is the meaning of distributed application? Railway signaling. Next up, air traffic controller. Okay, all these things are distributed applications, right? So I want to do the total functionality should be executed from the same place, not from multiple places. Sorry, it is not going to work. So sometimes banking applications, yeah, web services is also we can use, Sanjay. Web services is also in the same context, distributed. Okay, because the services are going to come from different applications, different missions. Okay, like, so clear, right? What is the meaning of distributed application? So if the functionality is distributed across multiple applications, across multiple missions, so such type of application is called a distributed application. The biggest advantage here, load balancing. Load balancing is one example. Next and after that, failover situations we can handle. Load balancing. Next and after that, failover situations we can handle. Suppose if the same application is running on two missions, by mistake one mission down, no issue at all. So from the second mission, we are in the position to provide support. Next, heavy traffic is coming. So if two missions are there, which are same application is running on both missions can provide support for end user. Load balancing, failover, these type of advantages are there because of distributed programming. Yes, any doubt up to this? Please confirm. All the things are very clear for you people, right? Load balance is related to JVM? No. Load balance is related to load balancer, some component, distributed component we require to use Moclis. Especially in the servers, we will have this type of terminology. Okay. Next, 10th, of course, 10th one, just compiled and interpreted. Compiled and interpreted. Do you know? So if you the biggest advantage, if you go for Python, simply we can use the word it is the interpreted programming language. Are you getting it? It is the interpreted programming language. Okay, like but if it is the Java, so first we have to compile. .java program. .java program with so if I compile now .class file is going to come. Next, what I have to take, sir, I have to run this .class file. I have to run this .class file. To run this .class file, do you know what we are going to get? To run this .class file, what we are going to get is, sir, do you know interpreter? Java interpreter is the responsible to execute, okay, our .class file. So means that, okay, so compilation will be there. At the same time, execution by default will be there. Are you getting? Compilation will be there. At the same time, interpretation by default will be there, sir. So what is the advantage? The biggest advantage here is just take very special care about this one. If it is the interpreted program, every problem will be identified at runtime only. Are you getting? If it is the interpreted, every problem will be identified at runtime. But if it is compiled, most of the problems will be identified at compiler only. All the syntactical related issues will be solved at compile time. So that burden won't be there to my interpreter. Remember this one. Burden won't be there to my interpreter. Paul. So just a legend. After that, you can contact our admin people. They will provide. Don't worry. They will provide complete information. Paul. Okay. Just so it is it is the compiled, at the same time it is the interpreted. So what is the advantage is, if the work dividing at two places, so a burden won't be there at runtime. Interpreter automatically sir, performance by default is going to be improved, sir. Okay, remember this one. Automatically performance by default is going to be improved. Remember this, sir. So compiled and interpreted, there is the advantage is there. Yes. Adnan Khan is asking, is the interpreter is the JVM or not? What the answer you can tell? Is the interpreter is the JVM? Interpreter is the JVM? Yes. Inside JVM, there is interpreter is there. Okay, which is the responsible to execute our mission code. Interpret and execute our mission code. Adnan Khan, interpreter is not JVM. Inside JVM, interpreter is there. Okay, it is the part of JVM. Clear, right? Okay, so compiler is the responsible. All syntax related issues. all syntax related issues, right? Okay, compiler is the responsible all syntax related issues, just the interpreter is the responsible, okay, to interpret means translate into mission code, interpret and execute, okay. Interpreter is the responsible just to interpret and execute, obviously. So performance by default is going to be improved. But if you go for Python, do you know everything is going to be done at runtime only? That's why performance wise Python is not that much up to the mark, friends. Remember this one. So correct your doubt. Okay. Next, so this is there is some advantage you people are going to get, because if the compile at the same time interpreted, right? Both the things are there. Next, so the next two things, very important, sir. So can you please spell out what the next two things? Yes, when compared with all other interpreted programming languages, okay, definitely Java performance is high. I can use the word. When compared with the other interpreted languages, okay, like Perl, Java performance is high, I'm sure. Yeah. Can you please confirm what are the last two features I forgot? Anyone? Please respond. Why I'm asking this? For the exam, these two things are very important, friends. For the exam sake, these two features are very important. Okay. So the next one, high performance and dynamic. High performance. It's a very important, sir. More concentration, compulsory. You people should aware. Okay. Do you know Java relatively faster than other interpreted languages? You know, right? Because by code almost very close to native code, very close to native code, but still performance of Java is very less when compared with the C and the C++. Just observe. If any person is asking, "Hey, what is the biggest drawback of Java?" Sir, performance wise, not up to the mark when compared with the C or C++, but performance is too good when compared with the other interpreted languages. Like you should aware, sir. So in Java, to improve performance, there is some concept is there. Do you know hotspot JVM? Have you ever heard about this one? Can you please tell hotspot JVM? Have you ever heard about this one? It's a very important, sir. So at the beginning, whatever JVMs we have, these are not hotspot JVMs, right? This hotspot JVM concept introduced in 1.2. Remember this one. Hotspot JVM introduced in 1.2 version, but from 1.3 version onwards, it is by default available, sir. By default, every JVM is a hotspot JVM only. So now, immediately may ask, what is the advantage of hotspot JVM, right? So very simple, sir. Assume that I have one Java program is there, sir. Assume, sir, I have public static void m1 method is there. Sir, in this m1, there are multiple lines are there, sir. Assume, do you know, 1 crore lines, 1 crore lines of the code is there, sir. Assume that 1 crore lines of code is there. Okay. So this m1 method is a very lengthy method or not? Please confirm. Is the m1 is a very lengthy method or not? Sir, for the exam, this discussion is the most important. Even in the basics, I want to touch the most inner part of the JVM. That's why compulsory you should aware. So it is a lengthy method, lengthy method, right? Now from the main method, I'm calling m1. Now listen very carefully, sir. From the main method, I'm calling m1. What will happen is, whenever you are calling m1 method, now m1 method is the responsible to execute. Of course, it should be executed. In the first every line, who is the responsible to execute this m1 method? Can you please confirm who is the responsible to execute this m1 method? Whenever we are calling, m1 should be executed. Internally, JVM is the responsible. Inside JVM, interpreter is there. That the interpreter is the responsible to execute. Correct, right? Inside JVM, interpreter is there. That interpreter is the responsible to execute this M1 method. Correct? Yes, friends, observe. Yes. Okay, well. Now observe. Every time what will happen is, observe my next 1 minute discussion, most valuable friends. Every time what will happen is, interpreter. So read the first line and then interpret and then execute. Sir, have you observed? Three things are happening, sir. First, read first line and then interpret. Okay, interpret means translate into mission code and execute. Then execute that mission code. So interpreter is the responsible, sir, for three activities. Read the first line and interpret. Interpret means convert into mission code and execute that mission code. So line 1 completed, and then same process will be happen for line 2. Next, after that, same process will be happen for line 3. Same process will be happen for line 4. Remember this one, sir. Line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4. Same process will be happen for line 4. Like all 1 crore lines of the code completed. Now M1 method is going to be completed, sir. Okay, sir. It is the thing which is going to be happen. Up to this, any doubt? Can you please confirm, friends? Can you please confirm up to this, any doubt? Okay, so here all 1 crore lines of the code, is it going to be translated into mission code at a time or line by line? All these 1 crore lines of the code will be translated into mission code at a time or line by line? Line by line. Remember, right? Now, sir, after some time, I'm calling M1 method again. listen very carefully. This is most valuable internal thing, friends. So I'm calling M1 method again. I'm calling M1 method. What will happen here is, so whenever you call first time, so read, interpret and execute. First line completed. Read, interpret, execute. Read, interpret, execute. Read, interpret, execute. So all 1 crore lines got completed. M1 completed, sir. Next, again I'm calling M1. So whenever you are calling again M1, again, okay, read, interpret, execute. Read, interpret, execute. So read, interpret, execute. So if I call M1, if you call M1 again, read, translate into mission code and execute. Read, translate into mission code and execute. Like, do you know? So the biggest problem here is performance is going to be down, because if you are calling M1 method 10 times, so 10 times this translation should be happen. Are you getting my point? Observe very carefully. If I call M1 method 10 times, every time this M1 method code should be translated line by line, and then execution is going to be happen. Yes, friends, are you in the position to understand? Interpreter is always going to use .class file, correct, Raja? Okay, now my question is, sir, if I call M1 method 10 times, sir, how many times translation should be happen? Interpretation into mission code is going to be happen. Can you please tell? If I call M1 10 times, then how many times interpretation is going to be happen? 10 times interpretation is going to be happen. So unnecessary performance is going to be down. Remember this one. Unnecessary performance is going to be down, because same code, every time you have to translate into mission code, it's always a problem. That's why there is one special arrangement that came inside JVM. Okay, the JVM with the JIT compiler. JVM with the JIT compiler. Such type of JVM is called hotspot JVM. JVM with the JIT compiler is called hotspot JVM. Remember this one, sir. This hotspot JVM JIT compiler concept came in the 1.2 version. but 1.3 version onwards, by default every JVM is a hotspot JVM only. Remember? Yes, Swaroop, getting right? Okay. Now, what is the role of this JIT compiler, sir? What the role of this JIT compiler? What it will do is, sir, if any method, for every method, listen carefully, for every method, there is one count internally maintained, sir. One count internally maintained for every method. Internally, JVM is responsible to maintain one count. Okay, one count variable. So whenever you are calling first time, okay, count is by default 0 at the beginning. You are calling method first one translate, read, translate, execute, read, translate, execute, read, translate, execute is going to be happen. Whenever you are calling m1 second time, okay, sir, two, okay, like that. If you call the same method multiple times, sir, immediately, sir, my JVM identified that this method is frequently executed method. This method is a frequently executed method. Frequently executed method. So if it is a frequently executed method, why we have to translate every time? Translate this total code only once. Translate this total code at a time. Who is the responsible for doing that? JIT compiler is responsible. Remember this one, sir. JIT compiler translate this total M1 code into the mission code at a time. Next time onwards, whenever we are using, directly we can use this mission code instead of translating again. Okay, so the code which is commonly used, most repeatedly used, this type of code is called hotspot. Hotspot means a commonly used code. Remember this one, sir. These type of methods are by default considered as hotspots. So this code is going to be executed multiple times. Okay, so that's why this total code will be translated into mission code at a time by the JIT compiler, and the next time whenever you are calling this M1 method, then happily, do you know this directly the mission code will be used instead of translating again. Wow, a bit internal concept what I used, sir. Okay, now you may require to remember one point, sir. So when the counter reaches so max value, what is the max value of the counter? So when JIT compiler will come in the picture, if the counter reaches a threshold value. But what is the value of threshold? What is the threshold value? It is varied from JVM to JVM. Remember this one. It is varied from JVM to JVM. Threshold value is varied from JVM to JVM. In some JVMs it is the 2, in some JVMs it is the 3, it is the 4, maybe like this, right? It is the JIT compiler. Adnan Khan. So who is the responsible to translate our total M1 method into the mission code? Who is the responsible, sir? Do you know who is the responsible? JIT compiler is the responsible. Okay, now onwards, this M1 method we are not required to translate into the mission code. Happily, we can use directly the mission code. Clear? Any doubt? Hotspot JVM will store the converted mission code in some memory or buffer. Inside memory only, Raja. Inside JVM memory, the code will be there. Next time. 1 minute. There are 1 or 2 doubts are there. Yeah. Swaroop Raja. Yes, Mokles. So basically we are calling the static method after the main method. Yes, obviously. So because if it's a standalone application, the program is going to start from the main method only. That's why within the main method you are calling some other methods. Next up, compiler will compile Java program and convert it to .class file, which is the bytecode. The .class file is executed by JVM. Internally, interpreter will read, interpret and execute the bytecode line by line. Correct, Adnan Khan? Okay. next, if that method repeatedly required, so instead of converting into mission code line by line, the total code will be converted into mission code by JIT compiler. Okay, JIT compiler is the part of JVM, not part of interpreter. Neha. If JIT compiler is there, what is the role of interpreter? Then interpreter role is to execute that mission code. Bhaskar. Interpreter role is to execute that mission code. Interpreter is doing three things: read, interpret, execute. If JIT compiler is there, mission code is already available, directly it will execute. Yes, Bhaskar. Are you in the position to understand? Yeah. Okay, but here take very special case. So JVM continuously monitors our code. Remember this, JVM continuously monitors our code and optimizes the code. Because of that, performance is more, sir. Okay, so Java has high performance. What is that reason? Simple reason for that is because of this JIT compiler, because of continuous monitoring and optimization of the code. Very important for the exam sake, this point. How does JIT compiler know the dynamic values that can come at runtime? Vishnu, dynamic values means what? You are talking about threshold value, or you are talking about method count, method number of times method called? Vishnu, what you doubt? How does the JIT compiler know the dynamic values that can come at runtime? What it means? Are you talking about objection methods? Because who is the responsible to execute our total code? JVM is the responsible. Inside JVM, there is one component is there, profiler. Who is the responsible? Okay, to maintain count values for every method. Profiler is the responsible to identify hotspots. Okay. So just because of JIT compiler, just because of this continuous monitoring and optimization, what will happen is performance by default will be improved, sir. So don't feel this is only one level. This is only one level compilation, one level translation. No, sir. What will happen is, suppose assume that threshold value is the 2. Please listen carefully about this one. Sir, whenever threshold value is the 2, now my JVM identified that yes, it is a commonly used method. That's why translate into mission code. Now onwards, this mission code will be used. This mission code directly will be used. Again, count is the 0. Now observe. So first two things, mission code is ready. Whenever I'm calling M1, yes, now count value will become 1. Whenever we are calling M1, now this count value will become 2. Again threshold. Now this mission code also optimization is going to be done internally by the JVM, sir. Code optimization. So internally can be done. So continuous monitoring and optimization of the code will be performed by JVM automatically. Because of that, Java has high performance. Any doubt? Correct, Swarup. If the threshold value is the 5, but we call the method 4 times only, then JIT compiler won't come in the picture. 4 times it will be interpreted, it will be interpreted and it will be executed normally. Swarup. Next, is the JIT compiler creating a file to maintain mission code? No, I don't think. But inside the JVM, so it will be stored. It will be linked and stored. JVM can identify that. Sanjay. Getting the point? This is the most valuable point. So please make sure I'm using the beautiful words, sir. So here, what is the reason? What is the reason to call method M1 more than one time? Mokles, you can when the method concept will come in the picture, just for code reusability sake. Suppose you are using system.out.print. How many times you are using system.out.print? Is it only once or multiple times? System.out.print, is it only once or multiple times? Can you please confirm? Unlimited, multiple times we are going to use it. This is the println is the functionality, multiple times it is required. So same. So get connection, or otherwise what I will do? So add student record. Add the student record in my database. Now, how many times I can call add student record method? Yes. For every student, I have to call this method. For every student, we require to call this method. Then obviously, this method is required to call multiple times. Okay, getting right? Don't think object-related things here. Okay, here just a method. We are calling the method multiple times. Internally, what JVM will do to improve performance? That's what we are discussing. Here, no question of constructor, no question of objects. I'm not talking about that. Repeatedly required methods will be translated at a time by the JIT compiler. JVM always monitors our code, optimizes our code, okay, to improve performance. It is the automatic support from hotspot JVMs. Very important for the exam, this internal thing. Friends, are you in the position to understand? Okay, good. Now here that's all. So if I use the word Java has high performance. Java has high performance. What is the reason? What the reason for that? So simple, you can use the word JVM always monitors. JVM always monitors and optimizes the code. JVM always monitors and optimizes the code automatically internally. Because of this, performance will be more. Next and after that, sir, who is the internally, which is the reason to improve performance, right? I can use the word JIT compiler or not? Yes, who is the reason, sir? Inside JVM, which component is the responsible? Because of which component we are enjoying performance? JIT compiler. If JIT compiler concept is not there, then every time, every line I have to read, interpret is required. But once JIT compiler concept came, then directly the total code will be translated. JIT compiler. So these two words are most valuable words for the exam sake especially. I saw somewhere, I remember somewhere in practice bits somewhere I saw. So what is the reason why Java has high performance? This internal thing compulsory you people should be aware. JVM always monitors and optimizes the code. Remember, right? So now you are getting some basic idea at very top level. What is hotspot JVM? The JVM with the JIT compiler is called hotspot JVM. Next and after that, so this why JIT compiler concept came to improve performance. Next, how the performance will be improved? So very simple. Most commonly repeatedly executed methods, instead of translating every time, we will translate only once and then we can use that mission code. Still, if you are using multiple times, optimization also is going to be happen. JVM always monitors and optimizes the code automatically. Because of that, performance will be improved. Any doubt? The things are very clear for you people, I hope. High performance. Next point, sir. What is the last one? What is the last feature we have? Dynamic. What is the last feature we have? Dynamic, sir. So take very special care. This is also very important for the exam sake. Okay, remember that. So even Sanjay or someone asked yesterday 1 or 2 doubts. Now I hope your doubts will be clarified. Sir, here the biggest why Java is the dynamic, or what is the meaning of dynamic nature of Java? Dynamic nature of Java. Okay, like. So do you know? Suppose in our house almost around 10 members are there, sir. Assume that in our house 10 members are there. 10 members are there, sir. Do you know? Assume that rice is required. So every month at least one bag. Assume one bag of rice is required in our house. Every monthly one bag is required. Then per total year, how many bags are required? So per year, how many bags are required? Can you please tell? 12 rice bags are required. Okay, 12 rice bags are required. So assume that I have two approaches are there with me. What the first approach is? I will take all the 12 rice bags at the beginning only. At the beginning, I will arrange all. I will take all the rice bags at the beginning only. Okay, like that. This is the first approach. Okay. Second approach is I want to take any rice bag at the beginning. Whenever rice bag is required, I will make a phone call to the kirana shop. Now the person, the shop wala is going to provide rice bag for me. Once this rice bag completed, okay, then I will make a call again. Now I will get another rice bag, something like that. Do you know all the required things we have to arrange at the beginning, and then execution will be started. This type of programming is called static programming. Remember this one, sir. This is static programming. Was all the required things at the beginning only should be loaded in the memory, and then execution will be started, which is nothing but static programming. Okay, like sir, here nothing will be loaded at the beginning. Whenever you require, then only it will be loaded. Okay, loading on demand. This nature is by default considered as dynamic nature. Remember this one. This nature is by default considered as dynamic nature, right? So no dot class file will be loaded at the beginning. Okay, dot class files are required. Sir, if I execute this program, multiple dot class files are required. No dot class file loaded at the beginning. Whenever a dot class file is required, then only the corresponding dot class file will be loaded. Suppose here class tester. Assume that class tester. Can you please run tester class like that? Now, sir, I'm creating student object. Student S is equal to new student, like this I'm taking, sir. Next, customer S is equal to customer C is equal to new customer, like I'm taking. Customer C is equal to new customer, like I'm taking, sir. Now my question is, take very special care about this one, sir. Do you know if I execute tester, tester, sir, how many dot class files should be loaded in the memory? Tester dot class file should be loaded. Next, and after that, student dot class file should be loaded. Next, customer dot class file should be loaded. Like that. Do you know when tester dot class file will be loaded? Because you are asking to run tester, at the beginning it will be loaded. Next, while executing this one, whenever you are creating student object, then only student dot class file is required. Yet at this time only student dot class file will be loaded. Okay, whenever you are using customer class, so then only customer dot class file will be loaded. Okay, right? So if you are not creating student object or customer object, then these two dot class files won't be loaded. So load on demand, load whenever it is required. This type of concept is by default considered what? Dynamic nature of Java. Friends, are you in the position to understand? Can you please confirm? Sir, just one. This is the very important which makes Java dynamic. Why Java is considered as a dynamic programming language? No dot class file will be loaded at the beginning. Remember, whenever we require a particular class, then only the corresponding dot class file will be loaded. Very, very important point. So best example, if you consider, sir, assume that I have class student is there. Class student is there. Next, I have class customer is there. Okay. So whenever student class is loading, I want to execute. I want to execute. So at the time of class loading, I want to execute something. I want to perform something. Then we require to go for static block. Remember this one. Then we require to go for static block. Can you please confirm when the static block will be executed? Please, when the static block will be executed? When the static block will be executed at the time of class loading. Remember. So just I'm taking system dot out dot println student class loading. Student class loading, like I'm taking, assume that. So similarly, inside customer also, customer class loading. Okay, customer class loading, like this I'm taking customer class loading. Now even inside a test class also, test class loading, like I'm taking. Okay, well, sir, now take very special case, sir. Total how many classes are there? Yes, Bagiraj, Adnan Khan, your doubt will be clarified now. Total how many classes are there? 3 classes are there. Now I want to execute. I want to execute sub test system dot out dot println hello, like I'm taking, sir. Hello, like I'm trying to take. Okay, hello, like I'm taking, sir. Now let me save this code. Okay, here just observe this Durga classes. Next and after that test dot Java, like I'm saving, sir. So I want to save this code. Listen very carefully. The most valuable important point I want to show practically. Yeah, here just let me go to here, see Java C test.java. Java C test.java compiles fine. Now listen very carefully, sir. Compiles fine. Compiles fine. Here the problem is 1 minute, maybe multiple languages I'm working, right? So semicolons, like multiple languages I'm working. That's why in Python semicolon is optional. Okay. Now observe carefully. Still something is missing. Here every time I'm using single quotes because Python is dominating these days. So Python is dominating in my teaching, it seems, because in Python okay, like sir, good Moklis, you don't worry about this, just aware within the class. If we are writing like this type of thing is by default considered as what? Static block. When the static block will be executed, please confirm. When the static block will be executed at the time of class loading. At the time of class loading. Where is the practical proof this class is loaded? That's why just to show that, okay, just I'm using static. Now have a look once, sir. So now public static void main system.out.println fill. So I want to run test class. So let me compile first. Yes, compile. How many dot class files are generated? 3 dot class files are generated, sir. Because whenever you are compiling, for every class, separate dot class file will be generated. 3 dot class files got generated. Okay, well. Now my target is, observe very carefully. Now my target is Java tester. Sir, I'm asking Java tester. Can you please tell only test.class file will be loaded or student and customer also will be loaded? Can you please confirm? Only test.class file will be loaded or student and customer also will be loaded? No, only tester, because inside the tester class we are not using student. That's why. So all dot class files won't be loaded. Remember it. Only required dot class files will be loaded. Where is the proof? Let me execute this one. So here, but the answer we are getting, sir, test the class loading and then hello. Okay, well, test the class loading and then hello. Now after printing hello, I'm using system. I'm using system dot out dot println. I want student functionality. I want student functionality. Okay, like I'm taking, sir. Now I'm creating student s is equal to new student. Okay, like now because of this line, at line number 25, student class will be loaded. Can you please tell if I run test, student class will be loaded or not? Please confirm. If I run test class, student class will be loaded or not? Yes, yes. Because we are using student, but at which line student will be loaded, sir? After completing these two things, okay, here at this point only student will be loaded. Whenever a class is required, then only it will be loaded. Whenever a class is required, then only it will be loaded. Okay, remember practical proof, friends. Okay, have a look once. Sorry, let me compile. Yes. Let me run. Now observe, when the student class is loading, can you please confirm? At last. Regarding at last, hello, there's a class loading. Hello, I want student functionality. After that student class loading, whenever you are creating student object, at that time the student class file will be loaded. So all that class files won't be loaded at the beginning. If a class is required, then only that particular class will be loaded. So this type of behavior is called dynamic nature of Java. Are you getting the point? Friends, can you please confirm? The most valuable, very important concept. Do you know, in Java 11 certification, all these internal things are very important, sir. If it is Java 8, you are not required to worry at all. Okay, because they are giving very much importance. Do you know, for Java 11, they are taking very much care about internal things. That's why compulsory you people should be aware. Okay, well, there are some students, they are asking, sir, import java.util.star, import java.util.array list. Import java.util.array list. Sir, in both the cases, nothing will be loaded. Remember this one. In both cases, nothing will be loaded. Whenever we are using a particular class, then only it will be loaded. So if you are using array list, then only array list class will be loaded. So because of import java.util.star, all classes will be loaded. All classes will be loaded. Don't think like that. Whenever we are using a particular class, then only the corresponding class file will be loaded inside JVM. This behavior is by default considered dynamic nature of Java. So what is the biggest advantage of dynamic nature is performance by default will be improved, friends. Remember, give it very carefully about this terminology. Any doubt? Are you in the position to understand, friends? What is the meaning of dynamic nature? Okay, why Java is considered the dynamic? Because the required class files will be loaded on demand whenever it is required. This behavior is by default considered as dynamic nature. Next, what about high performance? What about high performance? Why Java has high performance? Because of JIT compiler concept. Is using different Java vendor IBM in application will provide performance benefit to application. Yes, Sanjay. That is the reason. Multiple variations of JVMs. Multiple variations of JVMs are there. IBM JVM, Oracle JVM. Next and after that, B Oracle JVM, like multiple JVMs. Because internal implementations may be different. Performance benefits, memory benefits, like varied from vendor to vendor. Raja. Next, compile, load, convert, execute. Okay, all these things are applicable for predefined classes also. Don't feel for our own classes. But predefined API already, compilation already happened. .class files are available. But reading .class file, next and after that execute that will be happen. Yeah, Adnan Khan, maybe. While fly is also JVM, maybe, because multiple JVMs are there. Okay, based on vendor to vendor, their own names they are going to give. So that's all. These are various important features of, okay, so Java features, right? But among all these things, so you have to take a bit very special care about platform independent nature. Next and after that, high performance and dynamic compulsory you should aware, friends. Okay. Any doubt about this one? All the people are in the position to understand. Okay, so that's all. Just anyway, there are some practice bits already I prepared. Those things at last we will discuss. Some more theory. Let me talk about some more theory, sir. Do you know, sir? Explain platform independent nature of Java. Platform independent nature of Java. Platform independent nature of Java. Sir, already we covered. Already we discussed. We discussed in the last sessions. Not required to keep much explanation about this terminology, friends. Correct. Already we had a discussion in the last session. Already we covered, right? So write once, run anywhere is the policy. Write once, run anywhere is the policy. Suppose if it is a C program, C program, sir, I want to develop a C program for Windows. C program for Windows. Next, if you want to develop a C program for Linux, compulsory a separate program you have to run. You have to develop, sir. Sir, if you want to develop for Mac, a separate program you require to develop for Mac. Okay, so the C program which is developed for Windows, it can run only on the Windows machine. You can't run on Linux. You can't run on Mac. Remember this one. Okay, so C program which is developed for the particular platform, it will run only on that particular platform only. So it will run only in the Windows. For the Windows platform only. You can't run this C program anywhere else. Okay, just Windows platform. If you want to, if you develop a C program for Windows, it can run only on the Windows machine. So there is no guarantee it will run on Linux. It will run on Mac. Remember it. Okay. So that's why, do you know, C is a program platform dependent or platform independent? Can you please confirm? C is a platform dependent or platform independent? Anyone? Friends, is it a dependent or is it independent? It is dependent, platform dependent. The C program which is developed for Windows, it will run only on the Windows. The C program which is developed for Linux, it will run only on Linux. Which is developed for Mac, it can run only on the Mac. Okay, remember. But if you consider Java, yesterday in the last session I covered already, sir. So if I write a Java program, if I write the Java program, here just observe that if I write a Java program, yes, Java program test.java. So now I compile this one. If I compile this one, then automatically what we are going to get? Bytecode we are going to get. So this word is a very important, sir. Next, so I want to run on the Windows. I want to run on the Windows platform. Next, Linux platform. Next, and after that Mac platform, like Mac platform, like I have to do that. Now the point here is, yes, the Java program, whatever you developed, once compiled into bytecode, now this bytecode can run on any platform, no problem at all. On any platform, no problem at all, sir. But compulsory to translate this bytecode into the corresponding platform specific machine code, some component must be required. Who is that component, sir? JVM must be required. Regarding, we covered already, sir. JVM is required. JVM for Windows. Next, and after that, JVM for Linux. JVM for Linux. Next, and after that, JVM for Mac. Okay, JVM for Mac. Okay, like it's compulsory. Like, so this JVM is the responsible to convert the bytecode into the corresponding machine code. Okay, like, sir, earlier approach, if 3 platforms are there, how many programs are required? Can you please confirm? If 3 programs are there, if 3 platforms are there, how many C programs are required? 3. How many C programs are required? 3. But how many Java programs are required? Only 1. Regarding only one. That's what you should aware. Remember, so Java is a platform independent, but C is the platform dependent. Next, the by platform independent nature is coming because of this bytecode, because of this JVM. Okay, well, sir, I have one small doubt. JVM is the platform dependent or independent? JVM is the platform dependent or independent? Dependent. Bytecode is the platform dependent or platform independent? Bytecode is the platform independent or platform dependent? But platform independent. Remember this one, sir. Okay, well, sir, now Java source file with the what extension it is there? Can you please confirm? Java source file with what extension? .java extension. Bytecode with what extension? With what extension? Dot class extension. Bytecode with what extension? Dot class extension. Very important for the interview room. Take a bit special care. Next, to execute bytecode, so compulsory on the platform, something must be required. What is that? To execute bytecode on the platform, compulsory must be required. Some must be required. What is that? JVM must be required. So by default, bytecode won't execute on any mission. So compulsory, some platform, something must be required. JVM must be required. Of course, JVM is the part of JRE. Remember this one. I will discuss in detail. Don't worry, sir. JVM is the part of JRE. So JRE must be required, JVM must be required. Remember that sometimes to execute bytecode, JRE must be required. To execute bytecode, JVM must be required. Something like it, you should aware. JVM is the part of JRE. If JRE is there, automatically JVM is there. Obviously, itself is enough to execute bytecode. Okay, but sometimes in the exam, maybe a chance of asking the question, array, I have bytecode is there to execute this bytecode. So what things are required? On any platform automatically will execute. No such type of possibility. No such type of possibility. So on any platform which has JVM or which has JRE, so compulsory required, sir. So now I have one stupid option. To execute bytecode, Java compiler is required on the platform. Yes or no? To execute bytecode, Java compiler must be required on the platform. Is it valid or invalid? Regarding stupid point, because compiler already generated bytecode. Now compiler role already completed. Now requirement is JRE or JVM must be required. Remember it. Okay. So this is platform dependent and platform independent nature. Okay, you should aware. Next, one more small point. Where this compiler lies. Compiler is the part of JDK. Neha, JDK. We will discuss within a minute that point also. Don't worry. Okay, compiler is not required, not needed at runtime. Correct. Okay. Here just yes. Here just observe a bit very carefully, sir. You may have JDK. Sometimes you may heard about JDK. Sometimes you may heard about JRE. Sometimes you may heard about JVM. Remember, what is the difference between these three words? You should aware, sir, so that you will get a bit clarity. Suppose you are developer. Assume that is bytecode is an intermediate code. Ashish Reddy, correct? Correct. Bytecode is an intermediate code in this case. Next, here just observe. Can I continue in the next session? Yeah, because some people may be hurried. Any doubt in both certifications? So like, do you know 1.8 and 1.11? That's why this much internal things, this much detailed discussion must be required. Otherwise, if it is a 1.8, not this much. If it is a 1.11, not this much. Both the things. Yes. Neha asking a beautiful doubt. Why does JIT compiler comes into picture when threshold reached? Because Neha, there are some methods are there, not frequently executed methods. Not frequently executed methods. Not frequently executed methods. What is the need of special arrangement? Getting right? If it is the frequently executed method, then only JIT compilation is required. So frequently executed method means threshold reaches. If the count value reaches a threshold value, then only it is considered the frequently executed method. Then only JIT compiler will come in the picture. Well, Ashish Reddy is asking wonderful doubt. Is bytecode a 3 address code? Hey Ashish, no. Bytecode is, do you know, this is tester.java. Tester.java, it is the Java source file. Now let me open tester.class. This is the bytecode. Ashish, dot class file, whatever there, it is a bytecode. It is not a 3 address code or something like that. Clear, right? Syed is asking what is the default threshold value for JIT. The default threshold value is varied from JVM to JVM, sometimes maybe 2 or 3 or 4, something like that. It is not fixed, varied from JVM to JVM. Syed. Why it is called a byte code means it is not a mission code, some intermediate name, some intermediate code, some name should be given by Java people, right? It is the byte code, that's all. So maybe, do you know, we sometimes we may require to send this dot class file across a network. How the data is going to be sent across a network in the form of bits and bytes. Yes, Vishnu. Getting sometimes we may require to pass this dot class file across the network. How the dot class file is going to be passed across the network in the form of bits and bytes. Maybe network supported terminology. Yeah, Ashish Reddy, same. Next, why threshold value changes from JVM? It is because of different version of JRE. Need not be different versions of JRE. Maybe different vendors of JRE also. Vasantan. One is version matters, another is vendor. Because JVM don't feel JRE is from the same vendor. JRE from multiple vendors also. JVM from multiple vendors also. Can we check RC threshold value? Programmatically, I don't think, but in the specification, I mean, help documentations will be there related to the JRE. There you may see. Sheshirai. Okay, but anyway, that level, why we have to worry about that? Ashish Reddy. I saw somewhere the same doubt somewhere, Ashish Reddy. Every class is the child class of object class, and the string class is the child class of object class. Then how we are using string class properties? What it means? How we are using string class properties? Suppose here just observe. Here I am taking student string s is equal to new string of Durga. Student s is equal to new string of Durga I am taking. Now for this string, here observe carefully. Object class is there, under string class is there. All properties methods available in the object by default available to the string, and some more string specific methods are available. So all these methods you can apply on this string object. Yes, parent class methods by default available to the child. That's why happily you can apply. Suppose if I can use system.out.println yes dot hash code. Yes, a dot hash code which is coming from object class. Assume that hash code is coming from object class, then happily it will run, right? System.out.println hash code. Now observe, yes, hash code is coming. Next and after that, do you know, sir, I want suppose I want to print length of this string. So this length is coming from string class, string specific method. Yes, perfectly it will work. Ashish, getting length itself is the file. Ashish, your doubt got clarified? We can, yeah, string in java.lang.pack. Yes, correct. So don't feel parent and child class both should be in the same package. So parent class is in one package, child class is in other package. Possible. Don't feel both the things should be in the same package. Okay. Can we decompile the program, right? Then where is the security? Bhaskar. So obviously, if source code anyone can see, source code anyone can see. That's why security may not be there. But make sure while creating jar files, while deploying our code to some third-party person, so maybe a chance, okay, to enable don't decompile or don't what we call don't decompile, like maybe a chance to enable some options while creating jar files to meet security. Bhaskar. Yes, sir, there is a possibility is there. We can prevent decompilation of our source files, our class files. Rohan, correct. Whenever child class is loaded, all the parent classes automatically will be loaded. Correct, Rohan. Yeah. Okay, right, friends. So tomorrow we will meet for the continuation part.